is up, Kaged Nation? It's Kevin Jackowitz here with the Kaged Review, and we are going to talk Avengers Infinity War. We are going to talk about sales. Ticket sales for this movie have been out of this world. So you have the most pre-sales ever for a movie, period. You have the biggest Thursday, you have the biggest Friday, you have the biggest Saturday. Which all comes down to you have the biggest opening weekend for a movie ever. Yes, Avengers Infinity War has beaten The Force Awakens for the biggest weekend opening of all time. So that means it is well on its way to being the highest grossing film of all time. And it's funny because I love Grace Randolph. I watch her YouTube channel all the time. But she had made a comment where she didn't think that Avengers Infinity War was going to beat the record of The Force Awakens. And I called it early. I was like, this movie is going to shatter all records, and it already is. And it's important to note that there's some reports saying that this movie is crushing The Force Awakens. Nothing is ever going to crush The Force Awakens. It had a $248 million opening weekend. So I thought that Avengers Infinity War could squeak by, and that's what any movie would do because it's The Force Awakens. It's $248 million almost. There's going to be no crushing this, but Avengers Infinity War did beat it. They did it with a few $1 million. But yeah, they're not going to crush the record of The Force Awakens. I mean, the one thing I think Grace doesn't understand is that this has a build-up like no movie in history. 10 years worth of storyline culminating in one movie. It's never been done in cinema before. And so there is a massive vested interest in these characters and what happens to them. And I think that is being proven at the box office. I mean, you can't deny the numbers. So let me go ahead and read an article here. And I just want to have all my facts straight. And this is from Entertainment Weekly. Parts from The Wrap. Parts from Forbes. So it's all a few sources put together here. But this says, current industry estimates have Avengers Infinity War scoring an astronomical $250 million in its opening weekend, a new record for the biggest box office opening of all time. The previous record of $247.9 million was made by Star Wars The Force Awakens 3 years ago. In addition, Disney announced on Sunday morning that Marvel crossover film has made $630 million. The biggest global opening ever, even without China, which gets the film on May 11th. Domestically, the movie has made $83 million on Saturday, the most ever for an opening Saturday. Disney is expecting the film to make $61 million on Sunday, but that total could be pushed even higher when Monday actual reports are opened. So you have the biggest opening Thursday, Friday, Saturday, most pre-sales for a movie ever, biggest opening weekend ever. So you're on very good track for this to, like I said, be the most grossing movie of all time, especially since it hasn't hit China yet. Because China is a huge dollar sign. It's the money from that country is massive when compared to the rest of the world. So it's really going to be interesting to see. I called it early that I think this is going to break the record. And I stand by that. And so far, we're on the fast track to doing that. Man. Disney has what? I mean, 4 of the 5 top selling movies of all time now. It's crazy. I'm not sure exactly where Avatar fits into all of this, but I know it's pretty high. So Disney is doing very, very well. And they're also, I think this year, because of Black Panther and Avengers Infinity War, going to have the fastest to $1 billion for the year. ever, which I think they just hit. So that's pretty insane that by the end of April they've already hit $1 billion for the year. That's crazy. Overseas, the film scored $350 million, representing the second highest overseas launch ever. Only The Fate of the Furious, which had a day-and-date global release with China included, scored more than $443 million internationally, which, there you go, it was released with China. China, when it gets Avengers Infinity War, is going to make those numbers climb very high. So, IMAX, on whose cameras Avengers was entirely filmed, reports a $41 million opening from 715 screens. The biggest Marvel IMAX opening of all time, and the third biggest for any film on the format behind The Force Awakens and Jurassic World. That total includes a Marvel domestic record of $22.5 million. So, in sheer numbers, then more people have gone to see the Avengers Infinity War. They just haven't gone to see it in IMAX. So that's an important keynote as well. And I've already seen it twice, and I'm already scheduled to see it with some new people here next Friday. So I'm probably going to see it 3 or 4 times in the theater myself, at least. And I guarantee I won't be tired of watching the movie. There's so much that happens. There's a lot to take in. And the whole reason I went back the second time was because there's just so much happening, you cannot take it all in one sitting. Even my girlfriend agreed. She's not usually one to go see a movie again, and it was her idea to go see it again. So, very cool. I'm very happy to see this movie doing so well. I think it says a lot about the genre, which I absolutely love. And I have to say about one particular actor, just because I think it's so cool. I've been a fan of wrestling for a long time, and Dave Bautista is now a part of the highest grossing weekend movie of all time. This movie has already broken so many records, and I just think it's very cool because there's not too many guys that come from bodybuilding, wrestling, and mixed martial arts, which he's all three, and done so well. I mean, in this movie, he is incredibly funny. He really is. He does a great job in this movie. And so, I think that he deserves a huge nod. As far as the actual, master performances, though, Tom Holland at the end just grabbed me. Thor, Chris Hemsworth did a great job. Robert Downey Jr., of course, did an amazing job with his acting. And Josh Brolin, where, the focus is Thanos for a lot of the movie, Josh Brolin really pulled it in and made this movie what it is, I think. I truly believe that. I believe without Josh Brolin playing at the helm as Thanos, this would not have been quite as impactful. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's very cool news. I'm super excited. I'm definitely going to see it again because I want to be a part of that record-breaking number. So, let me know what you think in the comments. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe, and share. My name is Kevin Jackwitz. Kaged Nation, out.